Hello, friends. Welcome to Studio Classroom on the Air. Today is a great day to learn something new. My name is Anne-Marie.
And my name is Gabe. Today we have a profile article. That means we're talking about a specific person and learning about their life. I wonder who it could be.
Well, this person is an accomplished young lady. She was the youngest person to ever be on the Time 100 Most Influential People list, and she's an actress.
I need another clue.
She played a character who had special powers and could move things with her mind, like this.
Are you moving something with your mind,
I'm trying.
Anne-Marie? Okay, I think I know. I know who you're talking about. You're thinking of 11 from Stranger Things?
Yeah, that's right. That actress's name is Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay, friends, are you ready to learn more about her? Let's take out our magazines and start reading.
Millie Bobby Brown. Learn all about this rising star's journey to fame. Millie Bobby Brown, a child actor with extraordinary talent, is growing into a successful adult actor. She's best known for the role of 11 in the science fiction drama Stranger Things. In that show, she plays a girl who escapes from a laboratory that was performing experiments on her. She emerges from the lab near a small town in the central United States. Strange events have been taking place there.
Hello everyone, welcome to Language Lab. I'm Jack. 今天首先来看 science fiction 这个名词。Science 是科学 ，fiction 是虚构小说。Science fiction 就是科幻小说。The science fiction novel War of the Worlds caused widespread panic in America when it was first broadcast on the radio. 世界大战这部科幻小说在首次以广播剧推出时，在美国引起很大的恐慌。或者 Do you prefer science fiction movies or thrillers? 你比较喜欢科幻片还是恐怖片？再举个例子 Star Trek has a large audience of science fiction fans. 星际争霸战拥有广大喜欢科幻片的粉丝。再来看这个字 event， 它是一个名词，意思是事件、活动。例如 The organization had a huge fundraising event to help the victims of the earthquake in Peru. 这个组织举办了大规模的募款活动，来帮助秘鲁的地震灾民。或者 The event that changed my life was my visit to France. 去法国这件事改变了我的生命。Event 还有一个片语用法 In any event， 不管怎样，无论如何。例如Our flight might be delayed, but in any event, I will call you when we arrive in Stockholm. 我们的航班可能会延误，但是无论如何，我们抵达斯德哥尔摩时，我会打电话给你。All right, let's get back to our teachers.
Okay, friends, are you ready to learn about Millie Bobby Brown? I am. Let's get right into our text. Learn all about this rising star's journey to fame. Millie Bobby Brown, a child actor with extraordinary talent, is growing into a successful adult actor.
And there she is. Now, you may have noticed that our lesson used the word actor instead of actress, and that is okay.
Point.
Yeah, I think maybe several years ago, maybe even several decades ago, it was just a lot more common for females to be known as actresses, and you call males actors. But now it's very common for both to be called actors, okay? But we want to take a look at something else here, and that is the idea of growing into something. We could just say she's developing into or becoming something.
I think in our lives, we're all growing in one way or another, right?
Yeah.
We're learning about something new or we're getting better at something. And in this case, Millie is growing into a successful adult actor. That means she's getting better at it. She's becoming, we say she's coming into herself.
Oh, coming into herself. It's kind of the idea of finding out who she is and what her limits are and what she's good at and what she's bad at. Becoming more confident and self-aware. She's coming into herself. Are you growing into anything, Anne-Marie?
Am I growing into anything? Well,
Yeah.
I would say I'm growing to be a better teacher.
Okay, good.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm growing into a better dad, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully. I'm learning by making mistakes, I think.
Well, that sometimes is the best way to learn.
Exactly. I think that I have some talents when it comes to being a dad. But yeah, there's always more things to learn. But I mentioned that word talent kind of on purpose here because our lesson also says talent, okay? A child actor with extraordinary talent. Anne-Marie, is there a difference between when you take out the article or the and just say the word talent? So you could say she has a talent or she has talent.
Well, if somebody has a talent, it means that they're good at something very specific.
Yeah.
Like she has a talent for playing the piano.
Okay.
Or she has a talent for acting.
Yeah, but if you say that somebody has extraordinary talent or this person's really got talent, like that show, America's Got Talent, right?
Yeah.
That means that the person is gifted probably not just in one way, but in several different ways, okay? Maybe she's a great performer playing the piano and acting and singing and dancing.
More
She's
than one.
Really got talent. Yeah, it's not specific.
Well, let's continue learning more about Millie. Our article says she's best known for the role of Eleven in the science fiction drama Stranger Things. Have you seen Stranger Things before?
I have not, but it's really popular.
It is very popular. I think there's 3 seasons out now, actually.
I haven't gotten into Netflix.
Oh,
and I
really?
think it's a Netflix.
It
kind of
is
special.
a Netflix show.
Yeah.
You know, Netflix has gotten really, really popular the last few years. I think it's due largely to the fact the pandemic last year.
Oh, the coronavirus.
Well, because maybe movies weren't being produced as much and a lot of people couldn't go to the movie theater. So Netflix is a really easy way for people to access entertainment.
Exactly, that's true. My wife and I, we've just been watching movies on MOD if we can't go to the movie theater.
That's kind of the same idea.
Yeah, that's a little shout out to Zhonghua Dianxing. That's not free advertising, or I guess it is. But anyway, I guess we're advertising for MOD and for Netflix today. Stranger Things, we read on here, in that show, she plays a girl who escapes from a laboratory that was performing experiments on her.
Ooh.
Yeah, not very pleasant
No.
idea. But she emerges from the lab near a small town in the central United States. And you probably guessed, lab, L-A-B, is short for laboratory.
But there's another word that we want to look at here, the word emerge.
That's right. Emerge means to come out somehow, okay? So you're coming out. So she emerges from the lab. She's coming out from the lab.
Sometimes it means someone comes from a very obscure place or a place that people aren't expecting too, like emerging from the dust or emerging from the forest.
Oh, wow. You should write science fiction novels or
Well,
fantasy
we are
novels.
talking about a science fiction drama
Oh,
here.
sure. Yeah, that's right. Stranger Things. This phrase or this word makes me think of rabbits, you know.
Rabbits.
Emerging from their holes in the ground.
Well, you know, you could emerge from the salon after you've had a makeover.
Yeah, that's true.
You come out a new person.
You come out a new person, you emerge a new person. There are different ways to use this word. Well, we read on here, strange events have been taking place there. Taking place, those are words for you to know when talking about a story. It means things are happening there.
All right, friends. Well, right now, it is time for us to learn something new in the Info Cloud.
Let's aim for the stars.
Welcome to InfoCloud, everyone. Hey, Andrea, do you have any goals you want to achieve?
Yes, I do. I want to be a good teacher. I want to exercise every day. And I want to spend more time with my family.
Those are great goals, Andrea, but Have you ever had any really, really big goals?
You mean, have I ever tried to aim or reach higher?
Exactly. Have you ever reached for the stars?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question and a good phrase that we can use to encourage others.
The stars are very far away from us. They're up high in the sky.
Just like our goals might seem far away, too.
But this phrase encourages us to dream big.
And to reach high.
We can also say aim for the stars. Just imagine you are shooting an arrow. First, you need to look at your target.
And in the same way, we need to look ahead in order to reach our dreams.
So this phrase encourages people not to limit themselves.
Yes, don't settle for less. Set your goals high and then chase after them. Aim for the stars.
每个人都有梦想，今天要跟大家分享一些跟目标和梦想有关的用语。有些人的梦想很大，像是要建立一番事业，你可以用 reach for the stars 来形容。Richard is reaching for the stars by building his business. Richard 正在建立自己的事业，追求远大的梦想。如果你要鼓励一些人要有伟大的梦想，追求很大的目标，可以跟他们说 dream big， 梦想要大一点，或是 aim for the stars， 瞄准那些星星。另一方面，当有人感到挫折，想要放弃的时候，你可以鼓励他们说 don't settle for less， 不要降低标准，坚持你的梦想。这就是今天的 InfoCloud， 我们下次云端见。
Studio Classroom is on the air.
Welcome back to Studio Classroom, friends, and thanks for sticking with us. We hope you are all aiming for the stars when it comes to learning English.
And now we're going to talk more about a young lady who is definitely aiming for the stars in her acting career, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes, let's learn about Millie's background as we read on right now.
Millie Bobby Brown. Millie's performance in Stranger Things has earned her much praise and multiple awards. The role was especially challenging because it required her to show intense emotion without speaking much. According to the show's creators, child actors often struggle to stay in character when their characters aren't speaking. Millie didn't have that problem, though. Although she speaks with an American accent on Stranger Things, Millie is actually English. However, she was born in Spain and has also lived in the US and Canada. Her parents have supported her dreams of acting, even moving the family to Los Angeles, California, to give her more opportunities to act.
接着一起来看 multiple 这个形容词，意思是很多个、多种的。例如 This shop has multiple flavors of ice cream to choose from. 这家店的冰淇淋有许多口味可以选择。或者 Multiple people have told me that they like my new haircut. 很多人跟我说他们喜欢我的新发型。再举个例子。Multiple parties were held to celebrate the marriage of the prince and his princess. 许多人举办了好多的派对来庆祝王子和王妃结婚。最后来看 accent 这个名词，意思是口音、腔调。例如 Dave speaks Chinese with no accent. Dave 的中文没有口音，换句话说 Dave 说着一口道地的中文。或者是The girls all want to listen to Peter talk because they love his Scottish accent. 女孩们都想要听 Peter 说话，因为他们喜欢他的苏格兰腔。再举个例子 ，We often turn on the subtitles on TV when we watch British mysteries because we can't understand the actors' accents. 我们看英国侦探电视剧的时候，常会打开字幕开关，因为我们听不懂演员的口音。All right, let's get back to our teachers.
Okay, we're continuing learning about Millie Bobby Brown's career here. Let's keep reading. Millie's performance in Stranger Things has earned her much praise and multiple awards. The role was especially challenging because it required her to show intense emotion without speaking much.
I've had to do that before in a show.
Oh, really?
Several years ago here in Taipei. Yes, I played an angel.
An angel?
Yeah, but I didn't have any lines. But I had to kind of like... I was an angel, and there was an actress playing another angel, and we were just kind of the presence of God kind of on stage, yeah, in different people's lives.
Did you feel like that role was hard for you?
It was a challenge because I'm not the main focus. It's always somebody else that's the main focus, but you still have to be in character, and it really is easier to act when you have lines a lot of times.
So it says that she actually did okay with that here, though,
exactly.
in our lesson. So she must really be a talented actress. But let's talk a little bit about that word role for a minute. It says that the role was especially challenging.
Yeah, exactly. The role was challenging. We talk about the role, that means the character that the actor or actress is playing in a movie or on stage or something like that. It's the character.
And the verb we use with that is to play. We say to play a role. Reading on here, according to the show's creators, child actors often struggle to stay in character when their characters aren't speaking. Millie didn't have that problem, though.
That's right. She wasn't struggling with staying in character. We could talk about both of those things. When you struggle with something, that means you're having a difficult time with something. It's not easy.
Sometimes we struggle to meet someone's demands. That means we aren't sure how to make them happy. Or we struggle to do something that's difficult for us. Struggling to learn English might be a problem for you, but we are here to help you with that.
That's right. And another thing we want to talk about here is when someone, an actor or actress, stays in character, that means they don't somehow become themselves in the middle of the performance. They stay as that character, not their real selves. But let's continue here. Although she speaks with an American accent on Stranger Things, Millie is actually English. She's British. However, she was born in Spain and has also lived in the U.S. and Canada. I want to say she was born in Marbella, Spain, España. Yes, and so we're going to, just a little heads up, we're going to go to a part of Spain for our SC travel today.
Oh, all right. Well, let's keep reading here. Her parents have supported her dreams of acting, even moving the family to Los Angeles, California, to give her more opportunities to act. And we want to mention here, students, that we have a word that's plural, dreams, right? This means that Millie has maybe thought of acting in different ways, maybe on the stage or on TV, but you could also say dream, and that would also be correct.
Well, I dream of going to a place not too far from her birthplace in Spain. Let's see what we have for today's SC Travel.
Welcome to another SC Travel. I'm in somewhat of a Spanish mood today. So, hola, buenos dias. Let's go to Spain. Now, zoom in on the autonomous community of Andalusia in the south to the capital city of Sevilla. Yes, that is Seville to most tourists. So, first things first. If you're going to travel to Spain, you might want to keep in mind the locals have an eating schedule that is slightly different, which consists of 5 meals a day instead of 3. So, start your day with desayuno. That is breakfast, at 7 o'clock in the morning. What should you order? Tostadas. Actually, it's just toast with juicy tomato, fragrant garlic, and fatty olive oil on top. But you won't want to miss it. With a slightly full stomach, head over to Plaza de España. It's a spacious plaza that is a public square, and it's great for walking around or rowing through. You heard me right. You can row your boat gently down the moat under 4 bridges, each of which represent the ancient kingdoms of Spain. Pretty cool, huh? Well, by around 10:30, you'll want to have almuerzo. What is that, you ask? Well, it means lunch, but it is more like a morning snack. It might consist of a bocadillo, which just means snack, but you could see it as a delicious sub-sandwich with a glass of, believe it or not, beer. Yes, beer. At 10:30. Well, whatever you want to do, if you want to combine singing, dancing, guitar playing, and polyrhythmic clapping, I hope you want to go see a flamenco show. Now, no trip to Andalusia would be complete without taking in a flamenco show. And at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's time for lunch. You'll want to try gazpacho. That is a kind of cold vegetable soup. And oh my goodness, where did the time go? There's so much more to do and see, and I haven't even gotten to the last 2 meals of the day. But it's time for my afternoon siesta. That is a nap. See you guys next time on SC Travel.
哇，塞维利亚看起来是个很有趣的地方。哇，我们今天一起来讨论文章提到的一个人 Millie Bobby Brown。
You know, something really surprised me about Millie's story today.
What was that?
Just that her parents were willing to move to another country for her career. She's still a teenager now. She must have been very young when she moved.
That's right. That's a good point. Millie must have been a really driven girl for her parents to be willing to do that.
Well, do you think that you would be willing to relocate for your kid's career?
Oh, I don't know. I think for me, my daughter would have to be really, really talented at what she's going to be doing in order for me to be willing to move my family and my job and everything just so that she could continue in that. What do you guys think?
Well, 我想我应该会为了支持我的孩子，因为完全就是因为我爱他，所以他需要什么，他来完成他人生的下一步，我一定会以父亲的立场来帮助他完成。
Even if that means like moving to another part of the world or something?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I think that I might do that as well. I mean, depending on what it required, maybe moving to another city where my son could get a certain kind of education, we might be willing to move. But I really think that we would still have to make sure that they have a good life balance, right? I don't want them to be spending all of their time just doing this certain talent or skill. Like, he still has to take classes, and maybe he can find a tutor, maybe even an online tutor.
What do you think, friends? If you have kids, do you think you would be willing to move to a new city or country to help their career?
We'll be learning more about Millie Bobby Brown tomorrow. 所以呢，记得明天同一时间继续收看
Studio Classroom.